Hey, Maggie here. How's your week going? Today, I felt called to just share a little bit more about my path with you and how I ended up here. um, I have always been into these different topics like physics and energies and spirituality. Different religions and their origin, ancient history and civilizations. But I never realized how powerful we are. We all are in that bigger picture. I never realized how that ancient knowledge always lingers below the surface and how we are all part of that story right now, like in this lifetime, right? We are living that story. So what happened was that I moved to a small farm a few years ago, and we use a biodynamic calendar to plant our seeds. So that means that we plant our seeds based on the moon phases and the relationship to the planets for the best crops. And like it's really just what to plant when and when to harvest, and so all according to the moon cycles and the planetary cycles. It's really interesting, and that got me really more deeply in tune with nature, and her cycles. There is something deeply gratifying and safe about planting a seed and then letting the bigger force of nature, like that urge to grow, do her thing. So I started playing with that in my own personal life. So very much tracking the moon every day until I got familiar with it. I picked up reading tarot and oracle again, something that I kind of got into when I was like 16. But like when you're a teenager, things just get boring after a while. So I always just started on these things and then moved on to something else quickly. Like I remember watching a lot of documentaries and reading different books about ancient civilizations, the Mayan calendar, ancient Egypt, and back then. And then all of a sudden, all these things came back to me once I started tracking the moon and getting more and more into divine feminine work, mainly for myself at first. It was almost like the foundation had been laid for me earlier in my life. But now, so a few years ago, it finally fit, right? Now I could go deeper. Now I could see the bigger picture and how I and each and every one of us play a part in that. How nature and the entire universe is one big cycle. And this was not this I understood. It was not about understanding with my mind, but I had to feel it. And I think moving to the farm and getting really more into nature and watching the seeds grow and being more in tune with nature, the seasons, I mean, really made me feel it. And yeah, it's like that, remembering who we are, remembering our deep connection to the earth, our history, ancient goddess worship, where we came from, our lineages. This deep truth is still within us. Like it's that foundation below the surface, and it's in all of us. Um, so yeah, so what happened was that when I started tracking the moon, I started setting intentions. I was being very mindful of my thoughts, my speech, and my self image. And I really it was almost like a mirror. I could see how I was talking to myself and how I was thinking about things. And I was like, oh shit, I need to change this. And then all these shifts started happening. And I had been wanting to quit my job for a while and continue my freelance path as a virtual assistant, which is something that I still do today. And it was once I started believing that I could actually do this, I set intentions around it. You know, I worked my ass off, of course, but it was like a joint effort between me and the universe. It was um yeah, I set the intentions, I worked for it, and then also surrendered and let things come onto my path. I started to follow the feel goods. I expressed my gratitude to the universe. I welcomed in more. I asked. I meditated. I visioned. And just out of the blue, I was able to realize how powerful that is. Eventually, I was able to quit my job and freelance full time and start my journey of my soul work, which is being a space holder for women to remember this wisdom as well, to feel that connection, to embody ourselves. And this took time and effort, and it was definitely not always easy because I often felt like I had to do everything on my own. Like I didn't have anyone to help me or guide me or give me advice. Like I did it all myself. I figured it all out on my own and with the universe, of course. um, and that is what triggered me to step up more, to share this, to show you my practices of tracking the moon, meditating, dropping into my womb space to really feel that primal earth connection power, setting intentions with the universe, to find that flow between actively doing and surrendering and receiving, which really helped me to not only make things happen for myself, but also it made me listen to my body way more. And it's so true that we all have it in us to be so fucking powerful, to mend our realities, to work with these beautiful, abundant energies of the universe. And I want you to remember that deep within yourself. It is so super easy to hold ourselves back. And I still do this too. But if we don't remember this, we're going to keep on being the same in the future. And that doesn't mean only you, right? The entire planet. And I really believe that it is time now. It is time for us to show up, not hold ourselves back anymore, to remember and connect and embody. If you want to join me, I would love to welcome you into our private Facebook group, Moon Goddess Wisdom Circle. I'll leave the link. And I also have created a 3-part video series where I talk more about these 3 things in depth that really helped me to transform to more, to more self-love, more love for life, more confidence. And those 3 things are the moon phases and how we embody them as women, dropping into our bodies and why it's so important. And the third is working with the universe to set intentions and to surrender and to trust. And those 3 things combined and intermingled are very fun and really easy for you to start remembering your power. So sign up. That was it for today. Thanks for listening to me. Bye.